In order to fail at making a game, the best thing that you can do is just not even try. But then that would raise the question if that counts as failing, because if you never try, then you never fail. So let's assume that you do try. Here's how to fail. The first thing you are going to need to fail at making an indie game is a game idea. And in order to fail, you're going to need a bad one, hopefully a really big one. So once you've come up with your grand idea, try to cram in as many more ideas as possible. The more features you have in your game, the better. This is much easier and way more fun than just taking one great concept and carefully designing features that will only serve to enhance that core concept. If you did that, then you might accidentally make something interesting or thought-provoking. When coming up with your idea, don't waste any time playing some of the most popular, well-crafted games and analyzing them to figure out what it is that makes them so good and interesting. Instead, play the biggest AAA games and tell yourself that you can make one of those, but you will do it better. Another great strategy is to come up with a story first and try to think of a way that you can turn that story into a game, or at least make it look like one. If it doesn't seem like it's going to work, that's okay, because you know that people are going to like the story so much that they won't care about how boring, stupid, and dull the gameplay is. Remember, the best games are just stories you can do stuff in. Right? Do as little playtesting as possible. It is far better to just go with the first thing that pops into your mind, and even if you start to feel like the idea sucks, stick with it no matter what. Under no circumstances do you want to alter your idea or change it to something else. If you did that, you might end up saving a lot of time and frustration, as well as learn how to recognize when an idea just isn't worth the effort. Avoid doing game jams or challenging yourself to design with constraints. This will for sure hold back your creative capacity rather than channel your creative efforts in ways that have been proven time and time again to yield results that are typically more satisfying and inventive. It is far better to have as many options as possible so that you can never focus on any one idea long enough to have it actually become something. Don't even constrain yourself to any one genre. Instead, try to make the next new genre. In fact, you better give your game a good name now because it's going to be used to describe the games of the future. Always avoid talking about your game ideas with other people, especially those who are making their own games. If you did that, you might get valuable feedback that could actually make your game good, and we wouldn't want that. Besides, we know that if you share your idea, someone is going to steal it. So keep all your game ideas to yourself at all costs. Close-knit supportive indie communities, they're not there to help each other grow and become better. They're there to stab you in the back and steal all your stuff. Remember, the best game ideas are in the concept itself, not the execution. Successful games have little to do with how they are expertly crafted due to vigorous trial and error. Take Celeste, for example. This game is great because the idea of a game with a cool double jump is just incredibly original and unique. The success of this game has nothing to do with its precisely balanced controls, pacing and level design, pixel-perfect artwork, and fine-tuned game feel. It's all about the fact that it has a double jump. In other words, be sure to put more effort into coming up with a cool idea than in the game itself. If you follow all these instructions carefully, you are bound to succeed at failure. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of different, very different video. If you enjoyed it though, be sure to let me know so I can know whether or not I should make a part 2 and part 3, and let me know what subject you'd like me to be sarcastic about in the future. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day.